Please pause for the moment of silence. Please stand for the pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now for the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
A club that is helping aspiring authors get published.
And students who are using molds of their teeth to solve crimes.
And we have a spooky kooky version of Texans on Main Street. NHSTV Live starts right now. Mylan Pharmaceuticals Incorporated is recalling their anti-anxiety medication alprazolam, commonly sold under the name Xanax, due to the potential presence of foreign substances, running the risk of infection for those who use it. The recall is for the 0.5 milligram tablets that were distributed in July and August of 2019 in the 500 count bottles with the September 2020 expiration date. According to the recall notice, Mylan has notified its distributors and customers about the recall by letter and is arranging for all return of all recalled products. Now we're 3 days into Red Ribbon Week, and as we continue our coverage, we bring you personal testimony on how opioids have affected the lives across the country.
(911), where's your emergency?
If I take my opioids exactly as prescribed, I won't become dependent. That's what they told me. No one told me my own mother would find me on the bathroom floor at 3 in the morning, my skin ice cold. What have I done? She won't see her only son graduate, get married, have a family. Who will be there to watch over my little sister? Who will walk her to school, meet the first boys she brings home? Thought I could control it. I thought I was invincible. I'm not a thief, but I stole from strangers, my friends. I stole my grandmother's wedding ring. Now I'm dying on my bathroom floor. Control it. My mother crying over my limp body, screaming for my father to do something, waiting for an ambulance. I want to take it all back. Thought I could control it. Thought I could control it.
If you or someone you know is dealing with opioid addiction, you can go to the official Red Ribbon website for more resources. Remember, help is always available. Now, students in forensic science class are using yet another experiment to learn about different types of evidence. This experiment focuses on teeth and shoe prints. Students put solidifying molds and held it to their teeth. After it hardened, they applied a plaster into the mold to hold the individual shapes. While they waited for those to dry, they made molds of shoe prints using wet sand and plaster. Afterwards, they examined the shoe prints and the teeth mold to look for differences.
So what we're trying to do is cast a footprint that we find at a crime scene so that we can lift it and then analyze it and maybe connect it to our suspect. Then usually that's a pretty strong piece of evidence that we can use in a court of law. Dental molds, usually those are found in rape and homicide cases. So if there's any bite marks that are left on the victim, we can kind of compare that like we would a fingerprint. We'd find where the teeth match up on bruising on a victim, and if they match, again, that's another good piece of evidence.
This is just one of the many ways Northwest students are using hands-on experiments to make the most out of their learning experience. Now, students have a chance of a lifetime to get their literary work published in a book being created by the Creative Writers Club. The book will be a compilation of work from Northwest students, from short stories to poems to even lyrics. The book will only be worked on during club meetings and will be supervised by Ms. Nettleton and her team. They have about 70 pages so far, so there is still plenty of space for more aspiring authors. If you're interested in having your work published or the Creative Writing Club in general, Macy is with some of the club's very own for more details.
Thanks, Jay. I'm here with Bailey and Mike. And so you guys, can you tell me a little bit about the club?
So the Creative Writing Club is for people who love to write, whether it's poetry, songs, or short stories, maybe even articles. We're actually working on a book right now that is student submissions. We would love more content from the student body, so we're going to be running some contests after Halloween for winter-themed stories.
So how do you join?
You just go up to Miss Nettleton's room, room 2310. Anyone can join.
All right, well, that's so cool what you guys are doing, and I can't wait to see how the book turns out. Back to you, Clover.
Thanks, Macy. Now Halloween is right around the corner, and I know you guys are dying to see this week's spooky edition of Texans on Main Street.
Okay, so Halloween is tomorrow, and I'm gonna see what you guys are doing on this spoopy boopy day.
So what are you doing for Halloween?
I'm probably gonna just hang out with my friends and go see if there's a party.
Usually every year I throw a Halloween party at my house in Shell Creek. No one's invited.
For Halloween, I'm going to be dancing for the football game.
Oh, because there's a football game on Halloween.
Yeah.
So you're going to be dressing up as a sidekick.
Yeah, I'm going as a sidekick.
I'm going to go trick-or-treating because I want candy.
What's your favorite candy?
Probably Twix.
So what are you doing for Halloween?
I'm going to my uncle's wedding. It's going to be Halloween themed.
So what are you doing for Halloween?
I'm getting a whole bunch of friends on the weekend after Halloween over to watch a whole bunch of the old slasher films.
Like what?
Scream, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the old Halloween movies, of course.
For Halloween, I'm carrying around about 3 dozen eggs. I'm gonna go around to little children and I'm gonna do the fake throw like you do with your dogs.
So what are you doing for Halloween, man?
I'm going through Facebook.
Nah, we got football.
For Halloween, I'm doing an SFX makeup and getting a big trick-or-treating group together.
So you're gonna scare a bunch of little kids?
Probably.
You're a monster. Your heart's an empty hole.
I'm probably just gonna dress up, go get some candy.
What are you dressing up as?
Tetsuo from Akira.
If you guys don't have plans for Halloween, don't worry. Your Northwest Texans football team plays against Carter Riverside at 7 o'clock. It's going to be a chilly night, so be sure to bundle up and support your Texans. Last night, the Lady Texan volleyball team took on Little Elm, and the Lobos didn't stand a chance. Our girls had a strong offensive and defensive game and were unstoppable. The Texans won the game 3-0. This was the Lady Texans' last district game of the season, but don't worry because their first playoff game will be Tuesday, November 5th against Birdville High School. The game will be played at LD Bell at 7:30. Tickets are $3 for students and $5 for adults. All right, Shelby will be back on Monday to keep you up to date with all the sports from over the weekend. What are your guys' plans for Halloween?
I mean, other than like obviously going to the game, of course.
Mhm.
You know, probably just sitting in and watching The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is a Halloween movie. Okay, I don't care what you say. It could be both. Okay, if it can be Christmas
bold
and Halloween.
statement,
Bold
Jay.
statement. I will stand by it.
Well, I'm sorry, not going to the game. Don't come for me. I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cooper. Or Shelby, whatever your name is, sorry. And speaking of Halloween, tomorrow's show will have a spooky Starbucks drink. That will sure to give you chills. More on that tomorrow.
And what the weather is going to be like on one of the most spine-tingling days of the year.
Thanks for watching, Texans. This has been NHSTV Live.